Hello and welcome to FloRugby's recap of round 2 of the 2025 Guinness Six Nations. And then there was one. Yes folks, just one team remains in play for the Grand Slam in 2025, and surprise surprise, it is the defending champions Ireland. They took one step closer to becoming the first ever three-peat winners of the Six Nations with a comprehensive 32-18 dismantling of Scotland to close out round 2 on Sunday. Before that clash, Italy wrapped up the first ever fixture in which they were favourites by downing Wales 22-15 in Rome for a win with far-reaching implications. More on that in a moment. Next up, England laid down a marker with a statement 26-25 victory over an error-strewn French side at Allianz Stadium, Twickenham. With the results now in the books, here are 5 of the key stories that came out of round 2. A change at the top in Wales. As the rain teamed down in Rome, the romantics amongst us could not help but get wrapped up in the cinematic effect of a downtrodden Warren Gatland sat stone-faced alongside his long-time assistant Rob Howley in the Welsh coach's box. The same pair that had orchestrated some of Welsh rugby's greatest days over the past 2 decades had well and truly fallen on their swords. Just a stone's throw away from the iconic Coliseum, adding extra effect to this moment. And so it would come to pass as on Tuesday afternoon, just before recording this video, the Welsh Rugby Union have confirmed that they have parted ways with Gatland with immediate effect, bringing down the curtain on a relationship that dates back to 2008. For Gatland, the parting of ways does not remove what he has achieved with Wales, including 4 Six Nations Grand Slams and 2 Rugby World Cup semi-finals. But for fans, it may just taint his legacy. When he returned in 2022, his comeback was hailed as the return of the Messiah. Instead, it will be remembered as an era that took Welsh rugby to rock bottom with 14 consecutive losses, just 3 Six Nations Championships removed from their last title. While there is no doubt that the game in Wales faces a significant rebuild both on and off the pitch, a lack of quality players coming through and financial challenges, it is not lost cause with the right people in charge. The Welsh fans are amongst the very best in the game, and they certainly deserve better. The first man tasked with starting this rebuild is Cardiff head coach Matt Sherratt, who's been named interim coach through to the end of the Six Nations. Point number 2, Les Bleus blushes. The same old French. Remember those days when you never knew exactly which French side was going to turn up? It could be a masterclass worthy of a spot in the Louvre, or it could be a performance an under-13 side would put out on a very, very cold December afternoon. How a team, captained by Antoine Dupont, backboned by the all-conquering trifecta of Stade Toulousain, Union Bordeaux-Bègles and Stade Rochelet, made the guts of 30 handling mistakes is this week's great mystery. Was it flamboyance, or dare we say it, was it arrogance? A prime example of arrogance perhaps came when hooker Pietro Mavacca attempted a flick out the back pass in the build-up to their opening try when a simple shovel pass would have sufficed. Through the sheer brilliance of Dupont and Louis Bielbiaré, France did score from this, but this moment highlighted their lack of tactical discipline. Nowhere to be seen was the tactical acumen that head coach Fabien Galtier is renowned for. Rarely did they challenge a 5'9" fly-half, Marcus Smith, playing out of position at fullback for England with a smart kicking plan. Instead, they chose to jouer, believing their individual talent would be enough. In the end, it wasn't. Galtier's men blew it, big time. They lost their chance at a Grand Slam and left themselves needing a miracle to reclaim the title. With just one Six Nations trophy since 2010, this French side has yet to deliver on its promise. Sure, they could upset Ireland in Dublin, but until they show consistency, their reputation as an all-time great side remains unearned. Point number 3, clinical Ireland a step ahead. On current form, Ireland are red-hot favourites to make history with a 3rd straight Six Nations title. After a sluggish start against England in round 1, questions lingered about whether their struggles in November were a sign of progression. But with back-to-back commanding performances, including that second half against England and now against Scotland, those doubts have been put to bed. Against Scotland, Ireland never looked phased. they cruised to victory without ever really hitting top gear, showing that their evolution into Ireland 2.0 under Andy Farrell, and it must be said interim head coach Simon Easterby, is well underway. Blending experience with exciting young talent spearheaded by the likes of Sam Prendergast, they are winning while also building for the future. Their ability to conserve energy, execute quick strike play and defend ferociously mirrors the best aspects of Jacques Nienaber's Springboks and now Leinster side, with their evolving attack coming together under Andrew Goodman. With three world-class hookers in Dan Sheehan, Ronan Kelleher and Gus McCarthy, and a deep pool of playmakers, the future looks bright for Ireland. Before their next World Cup challenge, they have a shot at making history, and on current form they are favourites to do just that. Point number 4, hiding in plain sight. Wales may be struggling, but their future is not as bleak as it seems. While they lack the depth of Ireland, England or France, history shows they have never had to rely on full depth. Beneath the surface, there are young stars emerging in the Welsh game. Chief among them, fly half Dan Edwards made an immediate impact against Italy coming off the bench, whilst Max Llewellyn, Jack Morgan, Rio Dyer, Cam Winnett are among the next generation who could turn things around when given a chance. Guiding them are veterans like Thomas Williams. There's the potential to bring back the likes of Gareth Anscombe, Rhys Carre, and of course Josh Adams is still in the mix and has plenty to offer. Yes, the road ahead is tough, but with the right leadership, Wales will be back, but they need to start picking the correct squad and players in the right position. Point number 5, Scottish reality check. Scotland, for all their talent, remain perennial underachievers. Their 11th consecutive loss to Ireland exposed a concerning lack of adaptability. While losing Darcy Graham and Finn Russell early was unfortunate, a team that fancies itself as a contender must find ways to cope with injuries to players. Each year, they tailor a plan for Ireland only to find their opponents one step ahead. In round 2, it was just hard to discern exactly what their plan was for Ireland. Now with England next, they face a crucial moment. If simply beating England remains their annual priority, serious questions must be asked about their long-term vision. With their underage pathways not producing elite talent at the rate of other countries, the window now for this golden generation is starting to close relatively quickly. And that is a wrap on round 2. Although the Six Nations goes into a rest week this weekend, the rugby action never stops on FloRugby. The United Rugby Championship and Top 14 return, and for the first time in 2025, Super Rugby joins our lineup. So don't miss out. Check out our subscription packages now and stay in the game. Thanks for watching our video, and please, if you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like, leave us a comment about Warren Gatland's legacy with Welsh rugby, and hit that subscribe button.